today I'm here to talk about how I Bookstagram. I do love doing booktube and talking about books through this medium, but I also love Bookstagramming. I just really love the idea of connecting with the community through taking photos of books, and it's a very fun way to communicate with people as well, because you can like their photos and just be a part of everything, and you get so much information on Bookstagram. You also get so much bookish release information as well, but it's just a great way to be a part of like both mediums. And for me, Twitter is the place that I do not do really bookish stuff, because I'm just not a big fan of Twitter and I don't really use it that much. Booktube, Bookstagram is where it's at for me, and I am Abbeyleec, the book lover on Bookstagram. If you do want to follow me, and I'm pretty sure my link is down below, and I just want to go through my process of how I take photos. A couple of months ago, my Bookstagram was mostly doing nature shots. Like, I have my whole property outside, like you would have seen it in videos. Did a lot of outside photos, but then I sort of went away from that, and now I am one of those people with a box of props. If you want to start getting into Bookstagram a lot more and you want to do a cheap way, find a lot of fake flowers from like the reject shops or dollar stores, because they're very cheap at these type of shops, and I get a lot of different ones, have a lot of different like colors, because my photos at the moment are very much based around having these fake flowers in them, and I get pink ones, and I very much have a lot of different props like this that I use, and I try to have like a lot of colors in my flowers, and I got a lot of red ones and like these ones, and I use other props like this too, like these ribbons my dad just got for me. Like, he just found them when he was at work, and I was like, yes. Like, for me, I feel bright colors are very good for my Bookstagram photos, and trying to blend them to like the colors of covers. What I really love is using lights, because like these are really fun to have in the background of photos, or to like have them wrapped around your books. So I've got a set of rose ones as well that I really love to use, because they're just very nice and really good for like contemporary photos. I also have lights that are just like full on lights. Like, everything that I have has got batteries, except this battery doesn't work anymore. These used to work. These light up red. Like these ones that are yellow that are like little bunnies that are like stars. I'm using this for like Akatar photos, but you can see the stars in there. To-go ones are these string of fairy lights, so they've just a bronze like colouring. These ones are like string lights, and they're very good for wrapping around a book just to lighten it up if it's a very dark cover, and these are just like my go-to faves. Then recently I got these lights that are like this really like gold detail of like leaves, and I haven't put the batteries in these yet, so I don't actually know how these look lit up, but these are very difficult to use because they just get caught on everything. But these are like most of my main props, and if you're looking for any props like those lights, reject shop and dollar stores, again, the way to go, because I can get most of those lights $5 to $10 each thing, and you only need like one set if you're going to use them for your Bookstagram photos. And same with the flowers, they're around from like $2 to $7 in price to get each one, just depending on what type of flower it is, but you can use anything for props really. I'll just show you one more prop. I have like sections of rose petals, because they're very fun to use as well, and if you do get fake flowers, you can keep using them again. I did at one point buy roses that were real that lasted me about a week, and that was expensive. Like, I just wanted the flowers, but it was to take photos as well, so I've divided them all, and I got enough that I have different colors, and it's fun too because you can get rose petal colors that you wouldn't normally have, and like black rose petals are really good if you want to do like bloody and deathy kind of photos with like based on what the book is. So like red and black are really good. I have these props all around my room, but I've got them like in their crates so that it hopefully doesn't get all mixed up and everything. And another prop that's really good if you are obsessed as I am is doing bookish candles. Bookish candles, like if you want to buy them though, because they are an expensive thing, so they're definitely not something that everyone will get. If you want bookish candles, like these are really great, because I've got like this night court candle, so you can use it when you're taking photos like Akatar, and it's also good too if you just want the bright colors of candles without actually knowing who they're from. And I have candles from a lot of different companies, so this is Creative Chapters. I've got candles from Cozy Corner, and I've got like from the Book Hangover and Novel Sense & Co. Like, I have heaps on this bookshelf, but I have a whole crate over here just full of candles, and you can get different size candles as well. Like, you can get like really little ones as well if you want that in your design. Another great thing to have is like bookish art prints or bookmarks with bookish designs on them, and you would know that I have my whole entire like wall over here full of different prints and stuff that I use. That would be really good for your bookish photos as well. And I'm turning this into more of a tutorial, but I'm just explaining all the stuff that I do use when I take photos. Okay, we've got the floor angle, but this is what I use as my background for my bookish photos. It's a city layout of Paris that my friend got me because she knows that I take photos, and now I use it all the time. So I always take photos in my room, and I lay this out, and it's my only background that I use now. Another thing that I sometimes have in my photos, I got one of those like letter makers, but I've only actually had To the Stars Who Listen to the Dreams that are answered in it. I haven't actually changed it yet. So I just finished Kingdom of Ash. I do want to take a photo of this book. Like, I've already posted multiple photos of this book, but I just need to again. I always try and have the book like centered when I take photos, and depending on if I actually have more than one in there. This time I feel like I want to put bookish candles. So I have this Abbeyleec candle that I will put in there because she's our main bae. I have this candle that's to whatever end, and I also have one for Terra-san. I like to just kind of like put them around in like different ways. And lastly, I'll put this Rattle the Stars candle, so I just put it up there. So I just put in like my flowers around. Because this book is like a lighter cover, I try and use more of the light flowers that I have. Even I put flowers that are probably going to be out of the shop, but just so that we can kind of have everything covered. So that's like how the photo is going to look. So I do take photos on my phone, and I always put it into square because that's how it posts it, so you get everything in the photo. For some reason, every time I take photos, I only take 3 and then I pick my favorite from it. And because I've got my light on to try and get some more light on this, sometimes you've got to angle your phone a bit more to actually get in there because it might get really glary. So it's either angling up to the top or down like this or to the side. Sometimes, you know, you can just move stuff around to make sure you can read it. So I'm going to do like a side angle to try and get the best of this photo. And if it showed you, that's how the photos turned out. I get in there so you can see my face. I always take about 2 weeks of photos in advance, so I just have 2 weeks where I don't have to take photos, and then I get really excited when I get to post them each day because I post daily, so I always have photos saved up. This time I need to take like maybe 8 photos because I've already got a couple from like last week, and sometimes there's photos that just happen suddenly that I need to take photos of. And yeah, I just calculated and I need to take 10 photos, so I just took 1 there, so I need to take 9 more. And like I have actually photoed like all of my books that I own, so you kind of got to go back through things, but you try and do like something different, which I do try and do, but it is difficult when you've taken photos of like everything. The book that I still really loved was Emergency Contact. Like I had so much fun reading this book. Here's my fancy dancy lights on, so I just take a little while to get this unwrapped. It's really cool with most of these that you get a lot of cord before the actual light, so you can have it out of the shot. I just start wrapping it around in circles and try and keep it like evenly out if you can. Like you don't have to. Hopefully it like will stick so it's just underneath, so that when you turn lights on, it really brightens up the book and what looks really nice in photos. This type of photo, like you can take it just like on its own because it still looks quite nice because it's really the light and the cover that you're focusing on. Like it looks a bit dark, but I think it is quite like a nice mood for the tone of the book as well. Like probably what's most annoying is if you do something like really elaborate and then you have to like pack it up. Like I mean, it's worth it for taking the photo, but it can get really hard sometimes, or like really time consuming. Anyway guys, thanks for watching this video, and I'm sorry that it went from like how I bookstagram to a tutorial on how to bookstagram like cheaply or something, but hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if there was any tips in here that you really appreciated or needed, or hopefully you enjoyed this insight on how I bookstagram. And anyway guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!